and welcome back to another episode of Last Minute Laura. I'm Laura, and today I am going to start another crochet tutorial with you. So for this one, I am going to be doing a simple baby booty. It's a crocheted baby booty with a little tie, some eyelet holes for the tie to go through. It flares out at the top. It's really simple, it's really cute, and it's pretty quick. So as you can see, for aesthetic reasons, I've brought you into my plant room today. So I've got all of my plants surrounding me for the shot. I thought it would add a little bit of interest into the background. So if you're noticing my plants, it's on purpose. Look at my beautiful prayer plant and my favorite Christmas cactus. I just thought I would let you in to a little bit of background. I really like plants. I'm not good at them, but I'm trying. So please survive, plants. Anywho. So for this tutorial, you are going to need a couple of things. You'll need a 5mm crochet hook. I'm using just a basic metal one, but use whatever you've got. I'm also going to be using Briggs & Little Regal wool in yellow WO. That's what I'm using. But as long as yours is like a number 4, I think, like a worsted weight, I think you should be good with that. Yes, but I will link more information down below after I finish this and come up with the written part of it. If you like this baby booty and you want the written pattern, check out my website, www.lastminutelaura.ca. I will put it up as a free pattern on there that you can just download and have for yourself. If the video tutorial doesn't work perfectly for you, that's a way you can do it. So let's get this party started. We're going to start with a slip knot, just like everything else, and then we're going to start with a chain stitch. I'm going to be doing 10 chain stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 9, and 10. There we go. And now I'm just going to single crochet in the second chain from the hook and then single crochet across. So 1, 2, there's the second chain, and single crochet across. Okay, so now we're at the end of that row. Instead of chaining 1 and turning around, what we're going to do is single crochet 2 more times in that last stitch. This is going to kind of curve the stitches around the work. So now you're going to be looking at the underside of your work. Can you see what I mean there? So now what we're going to do is single crochet down the underside of the work. That's 9 more stitches, and then we're going to slip together at the first stitch. So 1, 2, 3, together. All right, and then we're going to chain 1, pull that chain down nice and tight, and then make a second chain. So now for the next round, because now we're making it so that we're working in the round, we're going to single crochet into the first 9 stitches. 1, 2, 3, and 9. And now you can see the 10th stitch is actually the middle stitch. So it's going to be where we need to add a little increase. So we're going to do 2 single crochets in that 10th stitch. 1 and 2. And now we're going to single crochet into the next 9 stitches, and then we're going to slip stitch together. 1, 2. Okay, we actually have to put another stitch in the 10th stitch, so we're going to single crochet into in the next 10 stitches, and then we're going to slip stitch together at the beginning. That 10th stitch is just going to expand the round just a little bit. And then we're going to chain 2 again with the first one nice and tight. And now for this round, we're going to just single crochet all the way around. That's it. So 1, 2, 3, 22. And then we are going to just secure those together with a slip stitch in the round. And then we're going to chain 2 again. Chain 1, chain 2. And now you can see it's kind of a little oval and it's starting to curve up, and that's what we want because now it's starting to turn into a little boot. So the next round is going to be the exact same thing. We're going to single crochet around one in every stitch, and we want to end up with 22 stitches again. Okay, so now that we've done 2 rounds of single crochet at 22 stitches, we're going to single crochet into the first 10 stitches, and then we're going to single crochet 2 together in the next stitch. 1, 2, 3, 10. And now we're going to take these next 2 stitches and we're going to single crochet 2 together for those stitches. 1 and 2. And there we go. And then we're going to single crochet into the next 11 stitches, and then we're going to slip stitch together the round. 1, 2, 10, 11. That is tight. And then we're going to slip stitch together that round. And then I'm going to do a chain 2, and I'm tightening the first one really, really tight, just like I have been. It just makes it like an invisible attachment. Okay, so now for this next one, we're going to single crochet in the first 9 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, and 9. And now we're going to single crochet the next 3 stitches together. So insert your hook, pull up a loop, into the next insert, pull up a loop, into the next insert, pull up a loop. There's 4 loops on the hook. Yarn over and pull through, and now all 3 of those stitches is just 1 stitch. And now we're going to single crochet into the next 10 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 9, and 10. And then we are going to slip stitch together at that first stitch again, a single chain stitch pulled really tight, and then chain again at a regular tension. And now you can see the boot is starting to curve in on one end. It's starting to behave more like a boot, see? Okay, so now we're going to single crochet into the first 9 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 8, and 9. And then we're going to single crochet 2 together for the next stitch, and then we're going to single crochet into the next 9. 1, 2, 3, and 9. And then I'm going to slip stitch those together, chain 1, pull it tight, chain 2, and it's coming together even more. And now we're going to single crochet into the first 8, and then single crochet 3 together, and then single crochet in the next 8. So I'm going to go through that now. 1, 2, 8, and then single crochet 2, 3 together, and then in the next 8, 1, 2, and 8. And then we're going to slip stitch together at that first stitch, then chain 1, pull tight, and chain 2. And now we're going to single crochet around, just regular old single crochet around. And there should be 17 stitches at this point. 2, 3, and then I'm going to slip stitch together. And the next round is going to be one more of exactly the same thing. So I'm going to chain 1, pull it tight, chain 2, and then I'm going to single crochet all the way around again. And again, there should be 17 stitches for this round. Okay, so now we've done 2 rounds of single crocheting around with 17 stitches. The next row is going to be, pay attention. So we're going to single crochet into the first 2 stitches. 1 and 2. And then we're going to chain 2, 1 and 2, and we're going to skip the next 2 stitches, 1, 2. And then we're going to single crochet into the next 2 stitches. It's an easy pattern, it just sounds complicated. Single crochet in the next 2, and then chain 2, and skip 2. And then single crochet into the next 2, and then chain 2, and then skip 2. And I'm just going to do that all the way around, single crochet into the next 2, chain 2, and then we're going to skip 2, 1, 2, and then we're going to put a single crochet into that last stitch. So we're back at the beginning. And then we're going to slip stitch together at the first stitch. I'm going to chain 1, pull it tight, chain 2, and now we're going to single crochet around again, but this time we're going to treat each one of those holes, we're going to treat them as 2 stitches, so just put 2 single crochets into all of the holes, and you should end up with 17. And then we're going to slip stitch together at that first stitch, chain 1, pull it nice and tight, and then chain 2. Okay, and now for the next row, we are going to single crochet into the first stitch, and then we're going to do 2 single crochets in the next stitch, and then 1 single crochet in the next stitch, and then 2 in the next stitch, and then 1 in the next, and then 2 in the next stitch. And we're just going to repeat that all the way around, 1 stitch, 2 stitches, 1 stitch, 2 stitch, all the way around until you're back at the beginning. And then when you're back at the beginning, slip stitch together at that first stitch, chain 1, chain 2, and then single crochet around. On this round, do your best to keep your tension really nice and snug. It's nice to have a final row that's nice and even and snug, so pay attention to your tension on this last row. Also, if you want to jazz it up, this is a cool place to change the color of your yarn on this last row. You could just change it to a contrasting color, and it adds a little bit of interest to there. When you get around to the end of this last round, secure your yarn off, tie it off, and weave in your ends. Okay, so there is what the booty looks like. Next, we're going to need to make that tie. So the easiest way to do that, if you don't want to use ribbon or something like that, is just to chain stitch until you make it around with enough room to tie a bow. So that might be 50 chains or 60 chains. I'm going to be doing one that's 50 chains right now for this booty, but you can make it a little longer if you need a little bit more length to tie a bow. Then just secure it off and weave in your ends. Now that my ends are snipped and any loose little bits are woven in, I'm going to weave this little piece of chain in and out of the eyelets. And you'll see there's the perfect number of eyelets to have the chain come out both sides on the front of the booty. And then you could just tie a little bow. And voila, you could leave the booty up just like this, or you can fold the top part down because it flares out and that looks super cute too. And you gotta make a pair of them, but they don't require much yarn at all and they don't require much time. What do you think? Are you gonna make these booties? Let me know in the comments down below how you did, if you managed to make a pair of booties from this, or if you have a better pattern, link it down below because I'm always looking for new stuff to make. And this one I just sort of threw together in an afternoon. I thought just something simple, something easy to get you started on baby things. Don't you love it in the yellow? I need a baby in my life to gift these to. Anywho friends, that is all I've got for you today. If you liked the video, make sure to hit that like button. It's super helpful for the channel. And don't forget to leave a comment too. Let me know what you think of these baby booties. And don't forget to subscribe because I do put out new videos every single day. Yes, every single day. From Monday to Friday, I live stream at 7 a.m. Eastern Time until about 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time. And then Tuesdays, Saturdays, and Sundays, I put out little tutorial videos like this. Sometimes they're crochet, sometimes they're natural dye, sometimes it's just whatever creative thing I'm in the mood to make a video about. So definitely subscribe if that sounds like your thing, and I guess that's all. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye!